offered to pay for the man to come on his radio show. Ricky Smiley, and that's what it really is. That's what it's really about. Ricky Smiley obviously has the means to help this man.
Excuse me.
So it's really about you helping these people get to. And he also admitted, he said it triggered me because I went through the same thing with my kid's mom, doing the same thing with the stepfather. They alienate my child. He said to this day his son's an adult, but he's in therapy now. Wow. His son is in therapy, trying to work through some of the things that was done to him, at the hands of his hateful mama, and his stepfather alienating him, his son away from him. So he said that he's in therapy now. Yeah. And as Tay says, I agree with Ricky Smiley. I do too. And Jonelle says, clearly relationship classes are needed. Parenting classes are needed for a man and woman. Yeah, and I definitely think they will have to go through parenting classes, but I just don't, I can't charge the father with that in this. I think he did what was best.
Yeah, I have a friend who's, he was alienated from his son and stuff like that. And the son...
Are you getting sick too?
No. It's something in my throat.
What?
Probably phlegm. Anyway. Nice one. No, but, in all seriousness, my friend was raised by the mother, whatever, alienated affection. The guy grows up. If the kid finds out the truth, can't stand his mom. Can't stand his mom. The damage was done. He's just anti-mom,
Right.
And it's sad because...
It backfires.
Well, it does, but the thing is...
Eventually, it backfires.
With women being nurturers, that, you need that part...
Right.
Of yourself.
Or being a hater.
Right.
And Donna says, I'm not so quick to jump on the side of the father either. We are only seeing a small snippet of the narrative of their lives. Yeah, but I'm thinking even if he poured acid on her mama, she didn't have the right to do that to the baby. What did the baby do? What did the baby do to deserve her getting humiliated and her hair cut off?
Right.
What did the baby do? The baby didn't do anything to deserve that. So again, I know we don't see everything. So I don't know. Let's even say the dude cheated on her, which I don't know what the man did. But at that day and time, he had sound like a lovely day with his babies. Brought him back, and she mad and cut the baby hair off because she didn't want nobody else braiding the baby hair.
But let's think about this though. Okay, you're in this relationship with this person. Now you guys are broken up or separated. Why is it now so important to this lady that what this man does with his child is, she had an opportunity to prepare the relationship. If you really love this man, because that's where a lot of the stem comes from, because you're not together anymore.
Right.
I'm a douchebag, I cheated on you. But regardless, if you really love that man and you can forgive him, great. Or the woman, vice versa, whatever. Right. You really want to be together? Be together.
Right.
But now it's inevitable you're not going to be together, and you still got this animosity toward that other person.
She's definitely angry. Definitely. And Alice says, Kobe Memorial Service tickets on sale Wednesday from $24 to $224. You going?
No.
I'm not going because I don't enjoy funerals.
Yeah,
not that they're to be enjoyed.
Well, and I agree with that too, because it's like, okay, you're going to a funeral. It's really a sad, somber moment. LA traffic. I don't really know Kobe like that. You know what I mean? So it's.
But there are people. I won't be going. I'll be busy Wednesday. It's actually the 24th, but I won't be busy.
Yeah, but put it like this: we'd have a better chance after he's been laid to rest to go visit with him.
Right.
If that's
he's been laid to rest already.
Right.
Him and his daughter.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. We can go to that place and
And
pay
hey,
respects.
John says Happy Valentine's Day. Laugh out loud. Yes. Well, Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Yeah.
Let's see. And Tay says, I don't care what the dad did or said. She didn't have to cut that baby's hair. She is crazy. I agree with you. Like I said, if he ran her mama over with a Mack truck, did the baby do it?
Right.
What did the baby do to deserve that? I'm not saying he's right.
See. Now I want you to take a minute to read Tay's thing again, because she has boys, and see how her narrative has changed. That she's on the man's side. I got boys, I got my boys. You know what I mean? No. But that is true though. If you look at women that have sons, they talk about women totally different. Cause like my mom, talks about like women. But if you have like a daughter, you talk about, you know what I mean? It's like it kind of flips.
Well, the conversation
You're more
is different.
pro this versus that. You know what I mean?
I just think at the end of the day, we should just be on the side of right.
Right.
Maybe
That's right.
Of the side of right now, you know? Because like I said, we don't know all that's going on. I'm sure they both have some issues with each other. But cutting the baby's hair off because you're mad.
It can grow back.
And I really believe it was extensions, but even if it wasn't, you know,
Right.
just the whole act of it, that's humiliating.
Yeah.
To that baby.
Very
my
much
mom
so.
is so damn hateful toward my daddy, and she gonna use me
Well,
and then try to justify her actions.
well, wait a minute. How many times in regular life do we have relationships and you got, let's say, hypothetically, the mother that will poison the child? I mean, I've heard of stories where the mother is like, you know, she like tells the child one thing and it sounds like it's coming from the child when it's really coming from the mother to manipulate the father. That goes on all the time.
I call that an exorcist relationship. And that, you know, when Reagan, I guess that was her name on The Exorcist.
Yeah.
It was her body, but it wasn't her talking.
Right.
It was the mama talking.
Yeah, but you know, unfortunately, that goes on all the time.
Right.
And men, and I'm speaking to men out there, we need to nip it in the bud.
Don't pass go with that.
Right. I mean, you need to nip it in the bud. You go get, you deal with your child accordingly, and say this bullshit will stop as of right now.
Or we'll get your butt whooped.
Right. Exactly.
And now says, my stepdad alienated me on my birthday. He called and said I should have left you in a towel. I said, me, Al. He said, my bad. I thought you were my real son. I can't. Like, why, dude? Why?
Is he in therapy?
He needs to be.
Yes. Yeah.
He needs to be.
Al, the VA has mental
Yes,
health.
go see about
Yes.
that. Go see about that.
Anger issues.
Something. And Tay says, we need to remember that black fathers matter. Yes, black fathers matter too. I mean,
They ain't shit. No, they ain't.
yes, Donna, put on. Yeah, she needs to put on her Caucasian voice, especially see the camera rolling. Yes, darling. I would like the next time you get her hair done, call me.
Yes. Excuse me. Is that Grey Poupon? You know what I mean?
Right. It's red dot Frank's hot sauce. Okay.
Oh my
I'm just saying, Donna.
Yes.
And Jonelle says, no one truly deal with toxic mothers. Yeah. And I like, cause you hear this term going around, toxic male. Was it toxic
Male
masculinity?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that term before. 2 years ago, maybe? Now it's this thing called toxic masculinity. I mean, I'm not saying it don't exist. I just not really familiar with all that it entails. But we acting like women ain't running around here toxic.
No, you got to remember, women can't do no wrong.
Really?
They can't do no wrong according to the legal system. Whatever. And see, this is what I hate about the legal system. I'm all for men taking care of their children, but I don't think thoughts and side chicks should have the same rights as a wife. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because then where's the line? Then where's the line?
Well, how about him not have a side chick?
We know that, but we know we're imperfect when we have these things.
He being human gonna get you stabbed.
Exactly. But the law should not see a thought the same way as they see a legal wife.
Hey, you preaching to the choir. Brandon, how you doing? You say, actually, Valentine's Day is a black holiday. It was invented by this black doctor that went by the name of Michael Eric Dyson.
Well, my understanding is Labor Day is actually for black people because most of us are unemployed. Makes sense, right?
Brandon, what did you want today? Can you send me some? And Donna says, parents need to learn how to co-parent. You are literally married to this person for life if you want a relationship with their child, true. Yep. Even after they grow up, there's weddings and grandchildren. Yeah, I mean, I tell you guys all the time, I haven't always gotten along with my daughter's father, but we here now. We cool.
Yeah, the maturity comes in. It's sooner or later. You say, when do you get to a point where you say, you know what, I'm tired of fighting with this person.
I'm tired of wrestling with you.
Yeah, it's just, accept that person for the douchebag they are and just realize that this person is who they are.
It's called evolution. You know, like you said, weddings and grandchildren and stuff. I mean, my daughter's father and my daughter, if she ever gets married, because right now she's doing her thing, you know.
Exactly. Just got back from Panama.
Yeah, she's doing. I'm not mad at her, but if she ever has get married, you know, and has children, which she's still not sure she wants to do that, we'll have to be there. You know, we ain't gonna be at the wedding fighting, and
have you
got a bigger piece of chicken than I.
Well, speaking of your daughter, have you been tuning into her show?
I listened to the one show and I was like, wow.
It was very enlightening in her thought pattern of looking at relationships. Yes, and it's called My Singleness. Yes. So if you guys get a chance, check it out. Maybe you want.
And Al says I was. That's probably a damn joke. Yeah, I knew it. Says I was with this girl who had a son, Junior, was bad. I told him to stop jumping on the bed. He said, "You ain't my daddy." I said, "No, but I'm sleeping with your mama." He said, "Who is it?" I said to the real daddy. He said, "You better guess again."
Maybe that's his therapy, his comedy.
Yeah, he does. And Tay says, "I'm on the side of common sense." Yeah, me too. I mean, it's like, you know, let's look at it just from a common sense point of view. I mean, at the end of the day, the little girl didn't do nothing to deserve that.
Well, you know, and the sad thing is, a lot of you women that do use common sense and that are fair-minded, you guys are few and far between nowadays. You guys are not the norm anymore.
I'm about to start acting stupid because a lot of times I see stupid women winning. Let's be out there just...
Yeah, have you noticed that?
I have.
Like the thoughts and stuff, they're the ones that get married and remarried and all this craziness, and you're looking at the other women, you're thinking, well, you know, I know women that have PhDs that have never been married. They can't find this person. You know what I mean? They just...
Well, they got other issues.
Yeah, we know that. But I'm just saying that the people that should not be married get married. You know, so.
And Donna says parents should never discuss the other parents with the children. That's grown folks' business.
Exactly.
Man.
But now those days are long gone.
Right there. Yeah.
Those days are long gone.
Parents sit all up in front of the child, you know, and then they be on the phone, you know, her daddy.
Or how about this? You have company, and the kids are just jumping all in your. You know, you're just playing right there while you guys are talking.
I remember one time when I couldn't have been no more than 6. I'm walking through the living room. My mom was sitting in the living room with one of her friends. I must have stopped a second too much. She said, "Get out of my mouth. Go on in there and play." I was like,
exactly. Remember?
I don't even know what y'all was talking about, but I ain't gonna question it.
Yeah. Remember that part in the movie Menace to Society where they're playing cards and stuff, and like he's like Trey. That's how it was in our generation.
Yeah.
You had to go through the room and be quiet about it.
Don't stop and be.
Yeah, you don't want to draw attention to yourself.
But I think it was more importantly, like, these kids don't need to hear what we talk about because this ain't for kids to be listening to. But nowadays, parents have no discretion. They talk
smoking the weed right in front of them.
And talk about any and everything in front of the kids. And it's like, God, like the kids are privy to everything.
Well, the funny thing is, I was giving my great nephew my Chromebook, right? Because the Chromebooks are full of shit. I just got that Chromebook. Yeah. I never really even used it.
Right.
Crappy stuff. No memory.
Oh, the one that you just bought. Yeah.
No memory to it. It's only good for surfing the internet. Right. You really can't do nothing with those Chromebooks. What a waste of time.
Terrible.
So anyway, I call his mom and I say, let's give it to him. He's a little kid. Let him surf the net, whatever. And be as stupid as the rest of them. So she's going, "Oh, I'll come get it." I said, "No, I got to wipe it out first." Not that there was anything bad on it, but what if there was? You see, but she had no concern,
right? Or what might be on.
And what this kid could access. And that's another thing. And I programmed it to where he can't go to certain sites and things like that because I'm giving it to a child and I don't want the FBI to come in on me talking about whatever. But we don't think about stuff like that,
right? And Al says people are so lazy in the middle of the day because they always say at the end of the day. Oh, so at the end of the day. At the end of the day. There's something wrong with you. And Jonelle, you say, this society works to keep the male out of the parenting process and treat males like they're not important ingredient in a child's life. Without semen, there's no child. It takes 2 to formulate, and it takes 2 to balance a child.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But like you said, in society, it's like, your job is done here. Go away. Just send checks once a month.
Yeah. If you're really observant, you can actually see the difference when people have 2 parents in their families, or their mom and the dad in the house, or just the dad in the house, or just the mom in the house. You can just see the difference in how they look at things and how they portray it.
I think of the lyric by Andre 3000. He says, "Thank God for mom and dad for for staying." I think he says, "Staying together because we don't know how."
Yeah.
And I think about that as far as my parents. I always lived in a 2-parent household, always, and so I was am grateful for that I had a mom who was predominantly home all the time.
Yeah, the good old
she
days.
was home. Sometimes she wasn't because she was doing her thing, but for the most part, came home to a parent.
Yeah, and a home cooked meal,
and I learned how to do things. I mean, my mom was an educated woman. She had a nursing license and all of that. She just chose to stay home with her children.
Yeah.
And, we were better off for it. And my dad was that, he went out and he had his own business and he made a living and he brought the money home. But unapologetically, he brought the money home to my mom so she can manage the household and things like that.
And raise these kids
and
do what they got to do,
But doesn't really happen.
And it's funny because I was talking to my mom a couple of days ago, and she was saying, we were having this long, deep conversation like we usually do, and she was saying that the one thing her father and mother did was, they taught her how to be a housewife. That's what she was prepared for. To be a mother and a thing. That's what they raised her to be.
Right.
Not that it was like, oh, you can't be an astronaut or be a lawyer. It's just that her core thing was to be a mother.
Well, because I think people discount the value of a mom. I know we live in a society where they can't assign genders to people, but the people discount the value of a mom and a mom being at home. Mom is not just there to cook and clean. She's there to nurture, to teach, to
counsel.
She's the accountant. She's all of that. But nowadays, a lot of women don't want to be that. I can't be at home with these kids all day.
And trust me, it shows, because when I come to pick you up for the date and you got clothes all over the damn place, the kids are just...
Would you go out with a woman if you showed up to her house and she had clothes all over and the house was dirty? Would you continue on with the date?
I would, out of, respect of doing that, but you wouldn't receive a call from me the next day. It'd be done.
Baby.
Yeah, it would be done at that point. I mean, and don't get me wrong, any woman that has children, I respect the house to be spotless. But geez,
some of these houses you see on the internet is like,
yeah, they're in there taking the thought picture, and you see the background. You're like, come on now, come on.
And Joe Nelly says, man and woman are a balance for each other.
Yeah.
And without each other, a true unbalance. Absolutely. The minister says a woman is to bring balance to a man.
Yes, balance to the force.
Yes. And Al says, I once fell in love with someone who only knew 4 vowels. They didn't know I existed. Jonelle. Somebody with some sense.
I hope he writes this stuff down.
No, he makes this stuff up.
Yeah, I know, but
I talk to him on the phone a lot.
He needs to write it down.
Jonelle says, wise women advocate for a man to be in their child's life, but the model of I don't need a man has been given to the black woman, mainly the feminist movement. Dip out on black women. Like Beyonce after her single lady song. Yeah,
I'm telling you. Or we need to go no pigeons. Remember that song? No pigeons, the answer to no scrubs,
That is funny. Beyonce dipped out on the single lady. She went and got her a ring,
right.
Okay? Left y'all holding a bag.
Exactly.
And Al says, I remember the last words my stepmom said to me right before she died. Are you holding the ladder?
Good one.
You also say, will you tell your audience the crappy situation? No. The crappy situation my mom had the other day. I'll try to tell as briefly as possible. His mom had somebody deliver some furniture. The delivery man asked to use the restroom. Well, he used the restroom per se.
Bombed it out, huh?
Yes, and didn't get rid of the evidence, if you will.
Oh, man.
So she calls and she complains. They give her free furniture, or they gave her money back and stuff.
For the delivery. Right.
Well, both deliveries.
Okay, got it.
The delivery of the furniture, the delivery.
Good one. You've been hanging with Al too long, so.
Yeah.
Okay. That's very rude when somebody does that.
Man.
That's rude.
They would have to call it hazmat over for me. And hey, Rosalind says, I'm a single mom, always had the needs of a woman, quote unquote needs, but I do my dirt away from the house.
Yes.
So if my daughter grew up to be giving, quote unquote, with what's between her legs, she'll never say she saw her mom do it. Children remember what they see us do more than what they hear us say. You know what? Absolutely. And I agree with you. And I love that you said that because it's true. We do have needs, right? But we don't have the needs keep coming in the house. You know, hello, kids. Here is Uncle John.
Remember,
what happened to Uncle Bob?
Yeah. Remember I told you when my mom got married, me and my brother were surprised. We didn't even know she was dating.
She said, here's your new daddy.
Yeah. She's like, oh, I'm thinking about getting married. You know what it does. And Rosalind.
She did a Mist on You, the color purple.
Yeah. Actually, Rosalind works with my mom. So, or not works with her, but they work in the same thing. And me and...
she said, this is your new daddy.
Actually...
he ain't fresh.
Yes. Actually, me and Rosalind were in the Air Force together over in Oklahoma, out to South Bay, and she has this beautiful daughter that looks just like her.
But I love that you said that because it doesn't negate that we have needs, but you don't bring the needs to the house.
And let me tell you one thing about my friend Rosalind too. Go ahead. When we were in the military, whatever, I went and got my bachelor's way ahead of hers. This girl's, I think, if you don't have your PhD already, you're close to it or something like that. I mean, she just went gangbusters and just got into it. So she handled her business for real.
All right. So, and Jonelle says, right, those had a male and female in their youth. Even in a step parenting role, had a balance of understanding of both parties in their relating. No, absolutely. I mean, I don't care. I always tell, especially these young people, and I'm sort of a hypocrite, if you will, because my daughter's father and I didn't stay together. I was 21 when I had my daughter, so I had a lot of growing up to do. I learned a lot of stuff, on the fly. My mom.
Well, your country needed you.
So I didn't stay together with my daughter's father. But I made sure my daughter was father was in her life. I didn't alienate them, from one another. She had my brothers around, so she was around positive male role models. It wasn't, it's me and you child. He can't trust none of these men out there. And, she has a close relationship with my father. So, I mean... But I always impress upon the young people, stay together. Yeah, stay together. Like, y'all ain't got no real problems. Y'all mad because somebody didn't, sucked up all the internet. Or, You're past your minutes on the phone. Or somebody liked somebody's picture and all of that. Now, listen, ain't nothing wrong with you liking 1 or 2 pictures, but god dang it, if I see you liking 20 pictures, then we're going to have a conversation.
Or you about to go in on somebody because they talked about your child.
Right, But I'm saying... we need to find more reasons to stay together. We got enough single baby mamas and baby daddies. We need for people to actually be a union and start hearing children say again, my parents.
Yes, my parents. Especially you ladies, and I was talking to a friend of mine last night. Ask the questions you need to know because you guys are the ones that decide who you have children with.
Right.
Who you're laying with. I mean, the end result is you guys.
So I got to get past the swag?
You got to get past that swag and get to the substance of it. When a guy keeps telling you, well, I'm going to the studio. Good example. Good example. I'm glad he brought that up. He's going to the studio, right? Now, D, when I said we're going to the studio, are we at the studio?
We're at the studio.
We're at the studio, okay? Make sure a studio is not a broom closet and at his homie's crib, and they're putting in mixtapes. No.
At 49 years old, talking about a mixtape coming out.
Right. And you know
what, though? I don't want to cancel nobody in their dreams. No, because you could be a rapper at 50. Yes. It's possible. Mm-hmm. However, I'm going to need you to have a job or something that's bringing in some money.
Still take care of your responsibilities.
Yes, listen.
We can't forego the child support payments because you'd be in the rear.
If we was in our 20s and 30s, young 30s, I can understand all of that. But listen, okay, I'm going to need you to start drawing a pension somewhere.
Yeah, a good example. There's a show on YouTube. If you look it up, go to YouTube, and it's about the Tony. Tony was actually 6 members. Mm-hmm. And it talks about like how they broke up and stuff like that. Right. And there was a guy that for 20 years, he sang lead in the group, the touring group, right? And he said that there would be times, he worked as a delivery man when they weren't doing shows. And so he'd show up, and he said he went to this one building, and the person said, weren't you the lead? Weren't you singing at such and such last night? He was like, yeah.
I still got to eat.
Yeah, and that was his whole point. He goes, no, don't get it twisted because you see me on stage or whatever. I still got to eat. I haven't got to that
Right.
You know,
and I'm
so.
still keep hustling until I do.
But if you guys enjoyed Tony 2020, Raphael Sadiq and those like I did, go and watch that documentary because it actually talks about. It doesn't like badmouth anybody, but it kind of talks about.
They're actually in concert too. They're touring.
Yeah, the touring. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they kind of got back together. The brothers and everything got back together. But my point is, there was actually 6 members. It shows you how they broke up in the 90s and what happened and, the money. And it's always the same thing in the music industry.
Right.
Just shady business practices.
But you still got to eat.
You still got to eat.
And Sammy says, hello, by the way.
Yes.
It says, according to the minister, the home is not the woman's place, but her space. If Satan was the rule for a while, then the woman had to be protected. She is the key to rearing a great nation. Yes.
If you can't don't I say it all the time? If we can't get respect for this black woman, we don't deserve respect.
Absolutely. So, I mean, the woman is vital. She
to
is
a nation.
Heartbeat.
So if she out there thoughting and stuff, the nation is not going to make it. I'm serious. She's the key. She's the key. She's the one she's the first teacher. So if that's all she knows, we're not going to make it.
Right. And Rosalind says, thanks, dude.
Yes, of course.
And Al says, my sister and I once set up a cookie and Kool-Aid stand outside our mom's bedroom. Those guys walked out of there thirsty.
You know what, Al? When you come back to California,
calling your mama when I get off of here. I'm calling your mama.
When you come back to California, we're going to bring you to the studio and we're going to give you your 30-minute stand-up show.
You know what he's going to say? I don't want to do that. And Joe, that was horrible, by the way, Al. Horrible.
He gets shy.
And Jonelle says, right, majority are being groomed to be baby daddies and mamas more than husbands and wives. Yeah, that's unfortunately what we're teaching because that's what they're watching us do. Mm-hmm. They're watching us be baby mamas and baby daddies and, fighting with the baby mama, the baby daddy. And so that's just learned behavior. And I said, if it's the last thing I do, I got one daughter. She's 27.
That you know about.
That I know about, right. Stupid. And now her daddy, on the other hand, I'm just playing. I made a vow to myself that I would not raise her that way. Not that I was a ratchet baby mom. I wasn't, but I wasn't married. But I wanted to instill in her some values. Get with somebody who is going to be there for you to be able to take care of you when, it's y'all raising the child. Yeah. It ain't that whole baby, mama's baby, daddy's maybe ideology. Y'all are there as a union. And make sure you're ready to do that. And she's 27, be 28. Ooh, I'm getting old.
Welcome to the club.
28 this year, and she has followed my advice. Can I knock on your leg? Wood.
Right. With the kickstand.
Right.
With the kickstand out.
Right. What was you going to say?
Well, what was that advice your mom gave you about when it comes to like with your, when you guys weren't together about your kid? That's always going to be your child.
A car has 4 tires and a span.
No, not that one.
Make sure you get your good red lipstick on.
No, the one about, that's always going to be your daughter.
Oh, yeah. So when me and my daughter's father, we were young, we would fight over her. It's my time to have it. No, it's my time to have it. Yeah. My mom sat us both down and said, listen. No matter how much time he spends with her or how much time you spend with her, she's always going to be your child.
Yes.
Nothing's ever going to change that. And when she said that, it was like this peaceful...
Lights clicked on.
It was the lights, but this peaceful, like, cloud. It just washed over me anyway. And I got that. And I didn't feel the need to continue to fight with him over who's going to have more time with her. And she loves us both dearly. Like, she will cut up over both her mama and her daddy.
Yep.
So...
And she went on a special ops mission for me in Africa.
Okay. All right. Come on, we got to find Donovan. And he out there. All up in the bars.
In there. Just drinks on me, everybody. Having a good time. I
literally saw him Watusi across the street. Like an alley cat.
Like Thailand.
That was nice. Al says, my stepdad took my mom out to the restaurant and she ordered steak, shrimp, and baked potato, salad, cheesecake, and wine. Asked him, what are you ordering? He said, nothing. El ghetto ass ate up my food. I just want you guys to know these are all jokes. Al loves his mom dearly.
Dearly. He does.
Okay? He's not serious.
But like a lot of comics, it's like Rodney Dangerfield. He would always talk about his wife.
Yeah, I can't get no respect.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's Al's thing with his mom. He's
Yeah.
like using that as a.
Al is not serious.
Yeah.
I just want y'all to know, disclaimer: he's not serious.
Yes.
He's silly, but he ain't serious.
Yes, he's a what did Kobe call himself? He's a girl's dad.
Well, he's got a son. Because a girl dad means that you have all girls.
Right.
Yeah, but he's got a son.
But I mean, that's what I was going to say. Though
Yeah.
Al is on that precipice of almost being a.
Oh yeah,
girl's dad.
he's definitely got 2 daughters, and he better carry a giant stick.
Yes. But I'm just saying, his being surrounded by
yes.
women, he has
yes.
he has a reverence for women.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Okay.
We really don't have anything else to say.
So
I mean,
that's pretty much it.
just here. We're here. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about? Flo, go ahead.
Yeah, for those that are out there, it's Valentine's Day, so I hope that if you have a significant other, they take you to get that 2-piece chicken.
Can I get 3?
Well, we got the coupon. If you got the coupon.
A coupon?
Yeah, hey.
For Valentine's Day?
Yeah, nothing wrong with a coupon.
What's wrong with you? Do I look like a coupon type of chick?
Well, look. If you want that 3rd piece of chicken, do I get that 3rd piece of...
This is my day. This ain't about you. Do you get any other time of the year?
All the time.
Then why you want some now?
For those out there, though, please, hope you guys go check out a movie, bring some flowers, and especially in the black community. The romance in the black community, to me, I'm not saying it's non-existent, but it practically is. You don't see us expressing.
But you know what?
stuff.
We don't see it.
Yeah, we don't see it.
But we do it.
We do.
We do it. There's a lot of black love running around. You just gotta look for it. It's like it's really there. You know. Yeah. And speaking of movie, I went and saw a movie. Believe it or not, I don't go to movies much at all. But I went and saw a
Bad
movie.
Boys for Life. Me and my nephew went and saw that.
Was it good?
I'm not a Will Smith fan, so.
I saw 1917, the war movie. It was so good. It was really, really good. Because I like war movies.
Yeah.
I like movies. And
the cinematography was good?
Oh, it was awesome. The movie was really good. 1917 was a really, really good movie. Go see it if you want. I mean, they're not paying me to talk about it, but it was a good movie.
Okay.
And Jonelle says, as the Honorable Minister Farrakhan teaches in his 4-part lecture series, How to Give Birth to a God, the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world, and if the women indoctrination is miseducation, aka a lie, then their children reflects that indoctrination. The woman is the first teacher, and it's vital that she raises in truth and real womanhood. Absolutely.
Got it.
Got to, because what they say, a woman can rise. a nation can rise no higher than its woman. So if the woman is out there twerking, I think that's how you do it. Right. I know how you do it, but anyway, if she out there twerking and all, and cutting the baby's hair out the head and turning up and all of that, that's just what we not like. What does that do for us?
Well, what's that song? When a woman's fed up, ain't nothing you can do.
Ain't nothing you can do about it. Are you talking about R. Kelly?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yes.
How dare you?
But that's a good song. I mean, like R. Kelly, hate him or whatever your situation is, he was a musical genius.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm just getting in.
Yeah. Well, one of my favorite songs on this special day is, I wish you didn't trust me so much.
Wow. Wow.
Because there's going to be a lot of thoughting going on tonight.
A lot of thoughting. And then they say there's going to be a lot of Scorpios in November being born.
Absolutely.
Let's see here. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let's see. And Al, you say, I've always been a gentleman. I let this morbidly obese woman go ahead of me to get on the plane. She couldn't fit through the door, and I said, if you were half a man, you'd get me off this plane. No, you'd help me. She said, if you were half a man,
you'd help me off
the plane. I said, if you were half a woman, you wouldn't need my damn help. Now, you know what? That was awful. And Michi says, happy Valentine's Day. Get booed up every day. Is Love Day.
Yes.
If you don't take all that is, as long as you're enjoying each other's company.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's how I feel about it. It's another day. It's nice. Like I always listen to love songs. You know why I listen to love songs? Because I can be a little rough around the edges. So, so I listen to love songs. I try to every day at night or in the morning. Just to remind myself, hey, you know what? It's cool to not be a gangster all the time.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Just to kind of get to feel good. Just to remind me to be loving. So that's why I do it. Other than I like love songs. I ain't talking about this mess they're making nowadays. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about the old school stuff.
R&B,
yeah,
R&B,
right.
R&B. So the Vicki Dillard thing.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah.
And Sammy says, what do you think about the trolls on Vicki Dillard's page?
I didn't see it today.
I think you might contribute to being a Fly Nubian Queen.
Okay, I'm going to check it out. I haven't seen that yet.
So the Fly Nubian Queen, and thank you by the way, Fly Nubian Queen is it's Fly Nubian Queen TV, where they have a whole host of black women, and sometimes they have men on there. I think you know familiar, and they talk about different things in the community. So Vicki Dillard, she's on fire. She's on the money. She was talking about Michelle Obama also being a factor in the stuff that what's her name, Oprah and Gayle and the rest of them are doing to black men, and being friends with Harvey and all of that. So there's a lot of people who just lost their minds because she was talking about Michelle Obama, being part of the problem as well. And how dare you? I mean, these black people, I think their heads exploded, And I kept saying, "Oh, you in trouble now?"
Yeah,
because you talking about Michelle Obama. She wasn't lying, by the way. She was telling the truth. She was, But I think, and as I said on that same live feed, we, not all of us, but look to people like Michelle and Oprah and Gayle and all those cats, or women, I should say, as deities. They're gods to us, not to me, but I'm saying in general, they're gods to us. And how dare you say anything wrong about Michelle Obama? I mean, she's done some great things, don't get me wrong, but I mean, as far as black people, Michelle has been very silent, and she in the clip that Vicki Dillard showed, she did call Harvey Weinstein her good friend.
Yep.
And he was also on this little symposium thing they had. It was her, she was giving a speech or whatever it was Whoopi, Gayle, Harvey, and I forget some other people on there. So she did liken to him to her very good friend. So you're not going to tell me you're very good friends with somebody and you don't know any. Like why does R. Kelly's friends, why don't they get a pass?
Right.
Because people say, well, his friends knew about it. They should be in trouble too. Well, why does Oprah and Gayle and them get a pass for the stuff that Harvey was doing? And then a lot of people on that same live feed was saying, well, this stuff just came about. This happened before Michelle knew it. I was like, stop. They've been accused of Harvey Weinstein for years, at least 20 years.
Ed
for the
Epstein,
things that he...
Epstein guy too. They all run in the same circles.
So, I mean, hell, if we heard about it and that's supposed to be your friend, you ain't heard about it? I mean, come on. Exactly. I hear about Donovan in the strip clubs all the time.
That's right. I make it rain. When I come in, they hit the button. Big baller coming in. Yes.
But thank you for that, Sam.
My good buddy Tim.
You want to read that?
No, go ahead.
And,
Chief Tim.
Chief Tim. All
Chief
right,
Tim
now,
Mola.
Says Donovan, what's good?
Good.
I want to give you a big shout out. Give a big shout out to all
the dads
that
out
love
there.
their daughters, regardless of the choices they may make. Be the mentor, honest voice, and protective arms. Even when the daughter has a special man in her life, I am taking flowers to my 27-year-old baby girl, who I respect wholeheartedly, regardless of her special man in her life. I remain her Superman.
Yes.
I show her the same love that I show her mother. I love my black queens. We all as black kings should cherish our ebony queens. It says hashtag never leave the month. Oh wait,
Never leave them on their own.
No,
never leave them on their own.
Them hashtags be messing me up. But Donovan can read better than I can.
Yes.
And then he said,
and me and Tim go back all the way to high school.
Right. And what's the other hashtag say?
Oh, the other hashtag says apart slove.
Something.
Apparent slove. Something like that. We got it.
But I love that. Yes. I love that because my father says that to me as well about my sister and I. I'm always gonna be the man in your life.
Yes.
You know, I'm always gonna be there for you. I was the first man in your life, and I'm gonna see you through to the very end. You know.
Do you want to see a guy that like loves his family and his kids is that dude right there. This dude,
I believe it.
Has a son that looks just like him. Is there supporting his son, supports his daughter. You see him with his wife and family, just doing the family thing. When they talk about like black people, we don't know how to be family.
Right.
Not true.
Prime example.
Prime example,
yes.
right there.
And I love that you said that because, girls learn how to be treated primarily from their fathers. By men, we learn that and what to expect from our fathers. And so the fact that you were still involved in their life, like I said, she's got somebody, but hell, ain't nothing like getting flowers from your daddy. I don't care what nobody say. Girls love their dads. Like I said, I cut everybody up with my daddy.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, you were talking to your dad just before we went to air.
Before we got on, yes. So I love that, and I think that's a great example.
Absolutely.
And Jonelle says, I saw a grandma twerking. I saw grandma twerking and thought about our future because all of her kids was cheering and they posted on Facebook. I saw that.
Oh my God!
Did you see that?
Not yet.
She had gray hair and all, and she was twerking. She did the splits and everything. She had a gray ponytail or something.
Thus, the fall of the nation. That is
twerking.
And the kids think that's good.
I saw that. And somebody posted, and I was like, "What is this?"
And there's nothing wrong if you want to do that, but do you really want to post
Whatever
that?
happened to doing the mashed potatoes?
Yeah, no.
The Watusi.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with twerking, but is that something you would want to post on a?
Well, they wanted to show everybody their grandmama and their mama was lit.
Anyway.
There ain't nothing wrong with doing the hustle. Do the hustle.
Mm-hmm. Bus stop. Whatever you gonna do.
The bus stop. Yeah, there you go. All of that. Because that's what she looked like she should have been doing.
Right. Stay on beat, Grandma. That's all you got to do. Stay on beat.
It was horrible. And Al says, my parents were killed from a bus accident. I lost my job as a bus driver.
Wait. I'm a Scorpio.
Samuel says, wait a minute, I'm a Scorpio. It was love in the air in February for your parents.
That's it.
Am I lying?
You're here.
You're here. And Valentine's was a good day, it was you'll never find.
That's it.
That was playing in the background.
That's it. A little Lou Raw. Can't go with Sweet Lou.
Yeah. And Timothy, you say, can you scroll back up to read my post? I have something positive to say. I think is that the one I
think
read?
We did. Yeah, I think that's the one we read.
Yeah, I read it. I think I did. If not, remind me again. And Jonelle says there's certain idols of the people you can't criticize, like Michelle Obama, Beyonce, Jay-Z.
Yep,
right.
That's
and
right.
Jesus,
yeah.
Right. Yeah, their heads was like boom, 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 it was just exploding everywhere. Oh my God, you're talking about Michelle Obama.
Oh yeah.
And Al.
Why they make millions.
Right. And he says, Donovan Magic 101 said, you can't celebrate Valentine's Day without the music of Jodeci. They played their music for 2 hours. Do you agree that they are one of the best male groups ever? He says, I think so.
Yeah, in the 90s, they were one of the top male R&B groups. Got to give it to them.
How many people can say that they're here because of a Jodeci song?
A lot. A lot of these millennials.
Forever, my lady.
Get on up, girl. Or was that Freaking You?
Yes.
Every freaking night.
Yes. I mean, come on now, So you're having my baby. And if you don't now, you're getting ready to. I'm just saying.
Right.
And Michi says, parents love.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Ain't nothing like it. And Sammy says, I just got motivated to shower my daughter like I used to before her boyfriend. She's 28-year-old RN. In high school, I did all the time. Yes.
Yeah.
Take her some flowers.
Yeah,
yes, indeed.
Exactly. It doesn't hurt. I mean,
Yes, indeed. Girls, we like that. We got a man, but ain't nothing like hearing from your dad. And then Jonelle says, yeah, you saw the same one. It's bad when grandma's popping harder than a stripper.
Wow.
And Jessica, hey, how you doing? She says, Donovan.
To your day job.
And Sammy says, Lou Rawls, I remember. Louis says, I remember, let's see.
No, damn.
I'll go down there. I remember as a preteen was one of my mom's first.
Yes. We used to go across the country on Lou Rawls.
See? I mean, I probably wasn't right on the money, but I know some Lou Rawls and some candles and some good cognac flowing.
Pontiac.
And Al says, how dare you sing Lou Rawls and Jodeci, but not the theme song to the show. And Joe Dell says how we're going to do it. So, all right. Seconds. We are out of here, podcast. We will see you later. We'll see you Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. Happy Valentine's.